Zonal Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, PDP South Zone, George Turnah, has raised the alarm over an alleged threat to his life. Turnah raised the issue in a letter to President Bola Tinubu, a copy of which was made available to newsmen. Well, on the letter, he claimed that the threat stems from an alleged ideological disagreement with Governor Diri of Bayelsa State regarding his involvement in the plot to form a coalition political party ahead of the 2027 elections. The letter reads in part, "I believe it is critical I believe it is crucial for the southern part of Nigeria to be allowed a full term of the presidency, as was the case with President Muhammadu Buhari. In line with my new political alignment with the FCT Minister Nyesom CON, we have scheduled the inauguration of the Bayelsa chapter of a grassroots-based pro-Tinubu movement, the new associates, along with a mega rally in solidarity and appreciation of your developmental strides in Bayelsa State and the Niger Delta. However, as a result of my involvement in the proposed rally, I have been labeled an enemy of the state and the Ijaw nation for proposing a rally to honor Mr. President and FCT Minister on Ijaw soil. It was claimed that the rally was inappropriate because of Mr. President's recent proclamation of a state of emergency, which saw the suspension of an Ijaw governor from office in Rivers State. It was further alleged that the FCT minister had insulted the Ijaw people, suggested he should not be visited, hosted, or honored in Bayelsa State. The situation is also taking a toll on the mental health of my wife and children. Therefore, I urgently appeal for your intervention and protection for myself and my family. Given the current political climate and increasing tension within our party dynamics, I respectfully urge you to take appropriate measures to ensure my safety and the safety of those who stand with me. It is of utmost importance that leaders can express their beliefs without fear of intimidation or violence." Oh, Mr. Fineface, I believe you can hear me. Well, this is one of the PDP Zonal Secretary, alleging threat to life. I mean, before now, a few weeks ago, we've had issues where the Bayelsa State governor, had to halt rally in Bayelsa State, and there have been Supreme Court judgment as regards to the halting of rallies and all of that. And then there's secretary, the PDP Zonal Secretary, is alleging that it's because of his involvement, or his alignment with FCT Minister Nyesom. That's the reason why, one, he's been receiving threats to his life, and then that's the reason why he's not allowed to put any rally or gathering in Bayelsa State. What would you make of this story?
Well, I read these stories, and in the story I try to see where I can see about threats from his letter to Mr. President.
All right.
I can't find any threat in his letter to Mr. President. All I can see in that letter is him trying to create a form of relevance to the president. That's all I can see. To me, if the governor of if he says he wants to host Mr. President and the FCT minister, President Nyesom in Bayelsa State, and the governor of the state sees it that this rally poses threat to the society, to the state, for safety's sake, for public safety, the governor said this should not hold in my state. Is the governor out of place? Let's leave politics out of this. Let's leave politics out of this. If I have a son, I have children, I own a homes of many children, and one of my children wants to invite some persons that might attack, or based on self-defense, the other brothers, siblings will want to attack them, and I see that this might likely cause a chaos in my home, and I say, please don't go on with this program. Let's remain the way we are. Please don't invite them. We don't need them. Is anything wrong with that? Let's keep politics aside. There's nothing wrong with that. A certain time, even Governor Nyesom refused some persons to hold political rallies, citing public safety. when he was a governor here. What is wrong with that? And people agreed with him. This one, the governor is saying, don't do this. We don't want crisis. The outcome of this whole, whatever they call it, would be crisis in the state. And we don't want crisis in the state. Why not go somewhere else and hold it? Must it be in Bayelsa State? He's from Bayelsa, yes. Must he hold his, whatever he calls it, in Bayelsa? So I don't see anything wrong in the governor opposing that guard.
Well, Mr.
He is the chief. Is the chief security officer of that state.
All right.
Again, what we can see in that later is the South PDP secretary trying to appeal to the president to give him that more, let me use the word, more flamboyant lifestyle like this is of that in the FCT minister. That's all I can see. I don't see any threat there. They say don't bring these people here. Don't bring them. All you do is, as a loyal son of the soil, all you do is to back down that idea, back it down, drop it. Or if you don't want to drop it, you look for that state. This is River State now. If Bayelsa and River State, are we not sister states? Let him come to River State and do it now. Is River State not yet submitted state? Let him come here. Even the person he supports or he follows or he fasts near some wicked. Found when a former governor of Bayelsa State visited the state, when he was a state governor in River State. So why are they taking it so serious? Why are they making it politics, bringing in politics in this whole thing? Not considering the safety of the citizens, not considering what the outcome of their gathering will be in the state.
All right, Mr. Fire Face, you and I knows that.
That's all I can say.
All right. Okay, I said I wanted to get your thoughts. You were saying something when we had to take you out because of network issues and all of that. So I'd like to get that thoughts that what you were actually saying before we went on a break.
Yeah. Okay. I was actually trying to agree with the fact that he has a right to assemble wherever he wants to assemble.
All right.
Right, guaranteed by the Constitution. But then that right does not supersede public safety. I don't know if you get it.
All right. So were there any form of sorry to interject. Were there any form of violence, or any reports, or let me say intelligence reports as regards to violence, before he has to halt that the rally?
You see, the governors has their means of getting information.
Okay.
And is the chief secretary of the state. So whichever way he gets his information as to possible crisis as a result of that gathering, no one knows. And if he comes out to say, let this not go, then there are reasons, valid reasons why he is saying so. I don't think he's saying that because he doesn't want the FCT minister to visit Bayelsa State. He has acknowledged the fact that the president has given attention to Bayelsa State in project and even in appointments. That tells you that he would want the president to visit his state. But then, if the visit will turn to something else, would you want such visit to take place? That's the question. If Mr. President visits to my state, we introduce violence and crisis in my state. It's not good for me to allow him remain in a FCT where he is, or in Asura where he is.
Well, I'm wondering how possible that is. I'm wondering how possible that is. But again, the question is, he's alleging that the rally was also halted due to his alignment with the Minister of FCT, Nyesom Wike, and then the President. What would you also make of that?
Well, that's his personal notion about the whole thing. No reasonable person would want to think his alignment with FCT minister is the reason why the gathering is being wanted to not to hold. That's his own personal reasons, and everybody has his own things to give when things like this happens. But the person who the burden of safety, peacekeeping is on in the state is the governor, and the governor says, I do not want this gathering. It will be good for my state. That's what we should look at, not his own reasons.
Okay.
Even if let me place myself in his shoes.
All right.
If such happens to me, I will also know reasons to give credence to my position. I don't know if you understand.
All right, go ahead.
So that's it. Let's look at the governor's position. That's what we should be talking about. The governor has apparatus of informations. How to get information, and perhaps they must have given him information that if this comes to be in Bayelsa State, these are the possible outcomes. And if it is something that is against public safety, it is right for them to put a stop to it.
Well, the crux of the matter here is that he's also alleging that he's receiving threats to his life. His wife, his family are also at stake. What would you also make of that?
When somebody says he is receiving threats, how? Is it verbally? Is it by writing? Is it physical attack? How? He never stated it. Receiving threats, how? You just come to the public and tell people that you're receiving threats. How? How? You just want the president to give you more security. That's all you want. Tell the president that, please give me more security. I want to live a more flamboyant life than what I'm living now. You don't come to the press, you don't come cook up story that you're receiving threat. How? Did anybody attack you? Did anybody send you later? If they have sent you later, let's know. Have they attacked you? Let's see the stories. How? Is it by word? Which means, are they receiving the threats? Well, my brother,
all right.
We all understand Nigeria. Politicians want to grow. Let me say he wants the president to give him a position like he has given to the FCT minister so that he can also live a better life. Command entourage of security. He should say that, because from all I read in his letter, it's what he's after is what he wants to benefit from the Mr. President.
All right, so what you're saying is that
I don't think the Mr. President is that too low to grant his petition.
Okay, so you're saying that in all the letter he wrote, there's no atom of threat to his life. Is that what you mean?
I can't find atom of threat. I can't find atom of threat to his life. He should tell the public now. You're coming to the public to tell the public that this has happened. Tell the public how it happened now. Some gang of men came warning me. They wrote me a letter. They shot at me. You know, him that is saying is affecting his family, his wife, and his children psychologically. Does he think that what he's doing is not affecting other persons psychologically? His actions to bring in, to introduce crisis. Let me just, from what the governor is saying, that if such gathering goes, there will be crisis in the state. That action of trying to organize that gathering, that may likely, from the word of the governor, introduce crisis in the state. Don't you think that is also creating some psychological effect on some persons within the state?
But then the question is,
because that as a threat.
Well, maybe just as you have said that the governor rather did not state if there were, intelligence reports and all of that, and also that he has his own ways of, getting his own information and all of that. But I think in the proper sense, there would have been reasons why he's saying, okay, there shouldn't be any gathering, there shouldn't be any rally at all in Bayelsa State. Looking at the facts that this and this, things is going to happen.
Let me say this so you continue.
All right.
See, if there won't be any threat to security in the state, the governor would not have any reason to gather the security chiefs in the states. I don't know if you understand.
All right.
You don't expect the governor to come and begin to state that these actions will cause this, or this is how the threat wants to come. No. He knows, he has gotten his intels, and he summoned the chiefs. For him to summon the chief is a suggestion that yes, this gathering this is likely to happen if this gathering takes place. Do you get it? So the governor must not come to the press or to the public to state that this is the kind of problem that will happen. For him to summon the security chief, it tells you that this is a security issue. All
right. Well, the PDP Zonal Secretary also said that the the reason why this rally was also halted or stopped was because of the fact that there was an insult by the FCT minister, that he insulted the Ijaw people, and that the Ijaw governor, I think they are referring to the suspended governor, Siminalayi Fubara, that he was an Ijaw person and he's been suspended. And that's the reason why the governor did not allow any gatherings or association of any kind, claiming that it is for the reason of peace and safety. Now, let me get your take as regards to this.
The question is, why would any reasonable person even believe that story? That's the question. Why? That Governor Fubara is an Ijaw man in Rivers State, and the FCT minister and the president is traveling to Bayelsa State. What is the correlation? Just because Fubara is an Ijaw man and the Diri is an Ijaw man, is that why a governor should say, don't visit my state? You see, that people should think before they talk. People should think before they talk. What is the correlation between these two people from two different states? What is happening in Rivers State is happening here. And Bayelsa State is not Rivers State. Fubara is not the governor of Bayelsa State. Now, let's put this in perspective. If you are a governor and somebody insults you and insults your people, would you be happy? So if Governor Derin is even reacting based on what he has just alleged, I don't see him wrong. You can't insult me and my people and you come to my soil and begin to dance where I have control over. You see, so people don't think. But then I'm not basing it on that part, on that premise. I think there's no sincerity in that statement. He is just wanting to what do you call it? What how do I put it? I do not want to use the kind of word that's coming. He just want to garner the Mr. President blessing.
All right.
That's just it.